Hello, my beauties. Welcome to my channel. This is Privilege Exotical back with another video. Before we get started, I wanted to thank everyone that has watched my videos, have enjoyed my content, my new subscribers. I am so grateful, and also my dear Exoticals that have been so sweet and supportive in this community. I am very grateful. Thank you so much to Exoticals United because she was definitely the inspiration in which I started this YouTube channel. But thank you. Really, I'm so grateful. So now, today, I wanted to continue this series on how to gain pretty privilege. This video is a part 2. If you want to check out my other videos on this topic, feel free to check on my channel, or you can also check on the description box the link for the playlist. With that being said, let's get into the video. So now, I got a few comments on my last video saying that the first step of gaining pretty privilege is being pretty or conventionally attractive. And you guys were right because definitely you get pretty privilege mainly because of your looks. That's what will attract this type of privilege to your life. But my first video was basically the important questions you need to ask yourself to be able to understand what you want and why do you want it. So you can have an idea of what direction to go towards, right? Because at the end of the day, when you have a privilege, that means you have an advantage over others. And if you do not know how to maintain or cultivate it, foster it, that advantage, when the negativity strikes, when the negative attention, the jealousy, or any other factor comes into play, it will be easier to lose it or throw it away. And trust me, you'll feel worse than before. It will feel like you did all this work for nothing. I know what I'm saying. I went through this, but yeah, it's okay. I'm currently at the moment regaining this privilege by applying some of these steps I want to share with you guys today. So first off, I'm a very introspective person, so I really like to think. I overthink everything. So let's think, when you say something is pretty, or when you think about something that is pretty, what do you associate it with? Side note, if you hear any noises like airplanes and stuff, I live quite close by an airport, so there's always planes coming up, and it's crazy. I'm kind of used to it, but if you're not used to it and you listen to it, that's why. I live quite close by an airport. Anyways, when we say something is pretty, what do you associate it with? Personally, I associate it with something soft, healthy, sparkly, shiny, maybe polished, well groomed, colorful. When I say colorful, maybe pastels or jewel tones. Those are colors that I tend to associate with being pretty. And definitely, when you think of something pretty, or may I say someone pretty, you think it looks very delicate or even, like I said, soft. So overall, I feel like this is part of being feminine, you know? Femininity is beautiful. It's very pretty. So when you're feminine in your looks, you'll look quite pretty. So we will need to work on 3 aspects to not get overwhelmed, right, with too much data. First off, we need to focus on our health. When you focus on your health, that is the baseline of your beauty. If you're not healthy, you're gonna look, you can look, not very polished, not very soft, sparkly, right? So look for ways to improve your health by your diet. Do you need to lose weight? Maybe gain weight, right? That is depending on your situation. Do you have high stress levels? Having high stress levels really damages your hormonal balance, your gut health. It really messes up all of that. So very, very important to look into that. Like I said, your gut health, very important as well, because if we think about it, our gut, our stomach is the one that gives off all the nutrients. Our stomach breaks down our foods, and it's the one that gives all the nutrients to the other parts of our bodies that need it. So if our gut is not healthy, our stomach won't be able to do that properly. It's going to do it very poorly. And overall, in time, sooner or later, we'll see that be manifested with different things, right? Maybe skin issues, hair issues, etc., etc. Next point, hygiene. Hygiene. Like, do you smell good? Is your oral health on point? Yeah, basically. Do you look and smell clean? Are you clean? Are your nails clean? Very important things to take account, right? Next one, posture. I feel like posture is very important because it's not only feminine looking, or someone with a nice posture can look 10 times as beautiful or more elegant than someone who may have the whole look but is slouching. So very important to stay on track and observe your posture. Try to maintain a very straight back, sit up straight, do as much as possible. Maybe there's exercises that help you with posture. If you have any problems, then you should go to your doctor. And last point, skin, nails, and hair health. Enough said, right? If you have skin issues, you have acne, we associate pretty with clear skin. Maybe not long nails, but they have to look healthy, not having chipped nails or hang nails or any little things that could make your hands look unpolished. And also, is your hair full, shiny? It doesn't matter if it's short, long. Does it look healthy? Does it feel healthy? Depending on the texture, is going to feel different. It's going to look different. But overall, every hair can look beautiful, can be beautiful. The important thing is to take good care of it. Now, this is something to remember. If you have health issues, it's okay. But it's very important for you to be on top of your own health. Do not feel discouraged if you notice that you must improve multiple things at once. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. You yourself weren't made in one day. So take the necessary time and steps to work on these things. When you feel like you have this first aspect down, your health. Now we can focus a bit more on the second aspect, which is your looks. Your looks are the main attractor, right? To improve your looks, you will need to focus on a few things. Also, take to account your own unique features, the nuances, so and so, like face shape, proportions. Your face proportions. You need to learn about your face proportions because that will ultimately will let you know what type of makeup looks better on you, what type of hairstyle will look good on you, your eyebrows, how to shape your eyebrows, what type of contouring will look good, and so on. Next point is body type and proportions. Same. When we know our body type, you can have an hourglass figure, but you can have different proportions in your body. Like you can be very tall and have an hourglass shape. So maybe you have longer legs and a shorter torso. You can't dress the same way, or it's not going to look the same way as if a short, petite woman has an hourglass shape and she has like a longer torso, shorter legs. You know what I mean? So, very important to take account your proportions. Next one, color season. I love learning about the color seasons because definitely when you see the before and after of women that learn how to use their actual seasons, like what type of colors accentuate their features, their coloring, it just looks amazing. It really makes a person look so different. So important to learn about your color season. You don't have to, I don't feel like sub seasons are extremely important. You can learn about your sub season, but overall, learning that if you're in autumn, a winter, a spring, or a summer, very important. Remember, summer and winter are cool tones, and spring and autumn are warm tones. We have summer, they tend to have more, they tend to look better in ashier tones, muted tones. Winters tend to look good in bright, cool tones. Then we have springs. We have also bright, warm tones. Autumns are muted and kind of muddy, warm tones, right? And last points are hairstyle and makeup. It's going to be way easier to do your hairstyle, what type of hairstyle looks good on you, what type of makeup looks good on you, when you learn about your face shapes and body type. So I believe this is the most fun part of this whole makeover. So really experiment. Don't feel like if you use things that flatter you, you automatically will look basic and are completely submitting to the unfair societal beauty standards. No. When something flatters you, you ultimately are making you the center piece, not your clothing or your hair color or makeup. It's you, okay? But either way, if you want to make your hair, your makeup, or whatever other thing the centerpiece, you can do it. It's, you can do whatever you want. I really don't. You do you, right? But remember, when something flatters you, don't get offended. If someone tells you, or not really if someone tells you, but if a professional tells you, oh, this flatters you, this looks best in you, or this looks best in this celebrity, it's not saying, they're not saying that this celebrity looks ugly with this certain type of hair. But if they go to their color season and maybe they lighten the hair color or darken it or make it more ashy, maybe they would look even better. They would shine through their hair or their clothes. So, yes, you make yourself the centerpiece. People will notice you and will be attracted by how much you know yourself. Because I feel like learning about fashion, people think it's superficial and all of that, but being aware, fashion helps you be aware of what looks good on you, how you present yourself to the world ultimately. So when you are aware of what flatters you, you're showing others how much you know about yourself and how much you like and respect yourself. So don't take this as something restrictive, but a guideline to make you shine. Now, after we go through all of these other points and you see that you didn't have to do much, or you need to change a few things, and you start making the changes, you'll probably start gaining some attention and comments from people. And in this case, now it's time to get into step number 3. But remember, if people don't make comments, but you do feel good, that's great. Okay? That is amazing. That is already the best step. But overall, if you get comments from other people, like they start saying, "Oh my God, you look so nice," or "Wow, what did you do? You look so different." Now it's time to perfect your image by the details. Okay, that means maybe your style. You can improvise a little bit more here with your style, aesthetic. Meaning, when you know what flatters you, you will have more room to improvise. If you like, let's say, two aesthetics, but maybe these two are polar opposites, try to see where you can find similarities or play up with the contrasts. For example, you may like a more tomboy look, so you used to have or used to wear a lot of baggy outfits. But now you see that the cottage core or the femme fatale looks good on you. You know, they accentuate some parts that you like accentuating. On this case, you can try to see the middle ground in both styles, aesthetics, with color, maybe texture, shape. So after that, you will have a little bit more of a personal style. Okay? That is what makes some celebrities have people copying their style or kind of memorable. You know, when we think about a signature look, who do we think? I think sometimes about Ariana Grande. Although she changed her aesthetic now, I think I still associate her with the sharp eyeliner, the long high ponytail, the high heels, the skirts, and maybe some cat ears. Now Sabrina Carpenter, for example, I see pink blush everywhere. I see colorful pastel heart cutoffs, corsets, her blonde hair, her curtain bangs, and the platform shoes. Beyonce, I think of her hair, honey blonde hair, and gold leotards. I just think about gold when I I remember Beyonce. Um, you can also experiment with your look. Like, you can take Rihanna with this example. Um, she's a great example of someone that plays with her style often. She changes her hair color, she changes her style, and she always keeps people asking themselves, what is she going to do next, right? Like right now with her the short hair, I think she looks so cute. I love her new era, right? So overall, these are the steps, and things I focus on to be pretty. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to hear from me. If you agree with any of these, if you want me to go more in depth on any of these parts, maybe I'll do separate videos for each 3 sectors I divided, the health aspect, the looks, and the detail perfection making. Anyways, I'll be posting part 3 and 4 soon, talking more about the personality and the character side of pretty privilege. So if you want to hear more about this topic, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So as soon as my video uploads, you can watch it. So yes, love you all. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. I really hope you did. Comment down below any tips you have for bettering yourself or to, enhance your pretty privilege. Let me know in the comments below. Okay? See you guys soon. Bye-bye.